So once you have that block, go ahead and set it off to your right side. We're going to start in a kneeling position today with your legs together, your hips towards your heels. From here, go ahead and bring your hands, your palms towards your knees. We're going to round our spine, coming into cat, really rounding your spine, bringing your palms to your knees, maybe the tops of your thighs. And then arch your spine, bringing your hands to your hips, gaze comes forward, chest is protruded out. And then draw your palms back down towards your knees. Just coming through cat and cow here in kneeling stance a few more times. Draw your hands back to your hips. And then pressing your palms down forward, rounding your spine outward. Once more, drawing your hands to your hips, chin and chest lifted. Go ahead and come back and find a neutral spine with your shoulders stacked over your hips. We're going to sweep the arms up high overhead. Gaze remains forward. Go ahead and cactus the arms, bringing your gaze up towards the ceiling. Really spread your fingertips nice and wide. Gaze comes back forward, arms come up overhead. Draw the elbows back down. Open up your chest, gaze is up. One more time through, gaze comes forward, arms are up. Go ahead and cactus the arms, drawing your gaze up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and bring your gaze back forward. From here, bring your hands down. We're going to grab that block and place that block between your ankles. It can be at a low setting, high setting, or medium. Knees are hip width apart and parallel. We're going to sweep our arms up high overhead. Reach your right hand back towards your right heel or towards the block, pressing your hips forward, keeping your left bicep towards your left ear. And then draw your left arm down, around, in front. Left arm comes back to your left heel or to the block. Right arm comes up high overhead, pressing your hips forward. Right bicep towards your right ear. Right arm comes down in front. Let's do it one more time on each side. Right arm comes down towards the floor, maybe bringing it towards your right ankle, maybe towards that block, really pressing your hips forward. Left bicep to left ear. Swing the left arm down, around, in front. Left foot towards your left hand towards your left foot or towards the block. Right arm comes up high overhead. Go ahead and draw that right arm down. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. Go ahead and set that block off to the side. Keep it close by. We're going to now find our tabletop position. So with your knees directly under your hips, your wrists directly under your shoulders, and doing a few cat-cows here in a tabletop position. So tucking your toes, hammock your belly down, gaze comes up. Go ahead and scoop and arch, rounding your spine as you exhale. Coming through neutral spine, tuck your toes, inhale, you lift your gaze up towards the ceiling, rounding your belly down towards the floor. Scoop and arch, rounding your back towards the ceiling as you exhale. One more time through, tuck the toes, gaze comes up towards the ceiling. And then scoop and arch, round your spine. Go ahead and come back, find a neutral spine, moving with any kind of organic movement, maybe side to side, maybe forwards and backwards, maybe drawing a few circles here with your hips down towards your heels and then up towards your wrist, of course reversing that direction. Anything that feels good to you today in your stretch. Getting that body nice and warm for all the movement that we're going to do over the next 45 minutes. Go ahead and come back, find your neutral spine. Go ahead and bring your palms facing towards your knees. From here, just a gentle sway forward and backward, really warming up those forearms. Nice deep stretch here. And then come back to the center. Turn your fingertips outward towards the sides of your mat, and then moving your shoulders from side to side in a very gentle motion. Gaze remains down towards the floor. And then pointing your fingers back towards the top of your mat. Go ahead and flip your right palm over. So your right palm is lifted up towards the ceiling. Your left palm is flat on the floor. And then moving forwards and backwards. Nice deep stretch here for your forearms. Come back, find that neutral spine, switching hands, right palm down, left palm flips over, moving forwards and backwards again. Going to the depth that works for you. And then go ahead and come back to center, flipping your left palm over. Go ahead and tuck your toes, bring your hands up, palm print forward. We're gonna press our hips up, coming to our first downward facing dog. Biceps frame your ears, gazes towards the top of your thighs or towards your navel. Maybe pedaling your heel one at a time, warming up the lower body, warming up those calves. From here, go ahead and lift both of your heels high up towards the ceiling. Lower them over to the right side, feeling that nice deep stretch all along the right side body. Lift your heels, and this time lowering them over to the left side for a stretch all along the left side body. Your heels do not have to touch. Go ahead and lift your heels once more. Maybe pedal them a little bit. Maybe bending both of your knees and extending. From here, with a soft bend in both of your knees, walk your hands slowly back towards your toes, having a generous bend in your knees, letting your neck hang nice and loose. Maybe shake your head yes, maybe shake your head no. Go ahead and keep your right hand to the left foot or towards the block. Bring your left arm up towards the ceiling for a nice stretch. Maybe circle out that left wrist. And then coming down, left arm comes down towards your right foot or towards a block. Right arm comes up high overhead. Gaze can be up or gaze can be down. Maybe circling out that right wrist. And then bringing your right hand back down towards the floor. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back, opening up your chest. Maybe keeping your thumbs towards your lower back. You can also lift your arms up towards the ceiling, still having that neck hanging nice and loose. Having a generous bend in both of your knees. Wherever you're at, release your hands back down towards the floor, coming to a half lift, hands to shins, back to a forward fold, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, swaying side to side for an even deeper lower back stretch. And then find your center position, releasing your hands back down towards the floor and gently rolling up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Once you get there, go ahead and roll your shoulders back. Roll your shoulders forward. All right, let's get into the fun now. We're going to be alternating between a set of light weights and a block, so keep them both handy. We're going to start with our set of light weights here. We're going to come to a standing position with your feet slightly wider than your hips. Your toes are slightly turned out. From here, one light weight in each hand, or no weight is totally optional. Draw your arms up, coming to a big star. We're going to come up to our tippy toes, release our heels down. Then we're going to bend the knees, tap the floor, chest is lifted. Come back to standing. Arms come up in that big star position, nice big tippy toes. Coming back down, tapping the floor, and just moving through here, slow and controlled. Controlling those heel lifts. Tapping the floor, deep bend in the knees. Arms come up, nice big star, making that big X position. Elbows come down, heels are lowered. Come down, tapping the floor. Let's do 5 more here. Arms come up, heels lifted. Draw the arms in, heels down. Toes come down towards the floor. 4 more. Beautiful work. Arms are up, nice tippy toes. Arms down towards the floor. 3 more. Reaching up. Nice high heels. Keep it going. Chest is lifted. You tap the floor. 2 more here. Lifting up. Coming down. All right, the next one we're going to hold it for 3 seconds each time. Once you get there, hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the heels, lower the arms. Come down, find that squat. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead and set the weights off to the side. We're going to grab that block. The block is totally optional. We're going to find our Shiva squat. So placing the block down, again, it can be tall, it can be a medium setting or low setting, or no block at all if you wish to balance and use more of your core. We're going to use that left leg as your standing leg. Ground through that knee, soft bend that knee, avoid locking out that knee at all costs. You can hinge forward with your hands on the block. We're going to lift that right leg. Keep the bend in that right knee. Draw that right knee to the outside of your left knee, your left shin or your left ankle, and then kick the leg back. Tuck it in, and then kick. That's it. Very nice. Keeping that bend and that right knee. You got it. Slow and controlled. Deeper bend in that left knee, and then keep that ever so slight bend as you draw that right leg back. You're working that outer left hip here. You're working the inner and outer thigh of that right leg. Point the right toes. 10 more, stay with it. Deep bend, and then kick it straight back. That's it. 7 more. Keep it going. That's 5. And 6. Last 4. And 3. Last 2. All right, this next one, we're gonna hold that right leg lifted. Keep the soft in the left knee. We're gonna press lift for 10 and 9. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release that right leg down. Maybe step it out. We're gonna grab those weights again. You can keep the block just where it's at. We're gonna do a little mix up here before we do that left leg. Bringing your feet hip width apart and parallel. We're gonna come into a chair pose. So deep bend into your knees. We're gonna press the hips back and then tuck your hips under so your chest is nice and lifted. Feet are ground to the floor. We're gonna bring the arms up high overhead. Palms are facing in. From here, we have a heel raise and lower. 9 more, heel raise and lower. Working into those calves. Lift and lower. Tiny lift and lower. The height that you bring those heels is totally up to you. Firing up those calves, that's it. 4 more. We're gonna add the arms here next with the heel raise and lowers. That's 3. Last 2. And 1 more. All right, now as we lift the heels, draw the arms back. Heels lower, arms come forward. Heels lift, arms come back. Heels lower, arms are forward. Very nice. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Just come back into it. That's it. Give me 3 more. Lift and lower. 2 more. Then we're going to trade these weights in for that block once again. Lift and lower. All right, go ahead and straighten out those legs. Set the weights off to the side. We're gonna find that block again. So whatever setting you had it on previously or no block is totally fine. We're gonna ground through that right leg. So once again, don't lock out that knee. Keep a nice bend in that knee at all times. Lift that left leg, keep that left knee bent, and then we're gonna draw that left knee to the outside of your right knee, your right shin, or your right ankle, depending on your flexibility, and then kick it up. Bend and kick, keeping that bend in your right leg at all times. So avoid locking out that right knee. Keep that left knee bent as well. You're working that outer left hip, working that outer right hip as well. Keep it going, holding that hinge forward. If you want to add more heat to your core, maybe challenging your balance, maybe draw your hands to heart center. You can draw your arms out to warrior 3 arms, out to a T. You can airplane your arms back. Keep it going. 7 more. Bend and extend. Deeper bend and extend. That's it. 4 more. Very nice. We're going to hold that leg lifted. After 2 more, keep the left toes pointed. All right, 1 more. Hold that left leg lifted. We're going to lift for 10 and 9. That's 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, set that left leg down. Maybe shake it out. All right, I promise we're switching between that light weight and those blocks. Grab that light weight again. Zip your legs together. We're going to find our chair again, but our legs are going to be zipped together. Imagining that you can't even put a piece of paper between your thighs. Again, 1 weight in each hand. From here, we're going to keep our arms up overhead, and we're going to cactus the arms, and then lift. So holding that chair, keeping your hips tucked under, draw the elbows down, and lift. Elbows come down, and lift. Really gluing through your entire foot. your big toe all the way back to your pinky toe, straight back to your heel. Keep it going. 2 more. Last one. All right, go and lower the arms forward, palms are facing in. Make sure you have plenty of space behind you. So turn this way. Draw the right arm back and forward. Left arm swings back and forward. Right arm and forward. Left arm. Warming up that shoulder. Give me 2 more on each side. That's it. Last one. All right, go ahead and straighten those legs. Maybe shake it out. We're going to once again find that wide stance. So your feet are wider than your hips. Your toes are turned out. We're going to go and draw the arms are out to a T. Again, weights are totally optional. Toes are slightly turned out. We're going to draw that right hand to the left foot. Left arm comes up. Come back, tee out the arms. Left hand comes down towards the right foot. You can also place a block by that foot if you want to bring that earth closer towards you. You can reach for your floor, the block, maybe your ankle, maybe your calf. Reach for whatever you can, keeping the legs straight. Give me 1 more on each side with straight legs, and then we're going to bend into those legs. Slow and control, coming back to that standing position, stacking your shoulders directly over your hips. Arms are out to a T, palms face down. Now we're going to bend into that left knee, still drawing the right hand down, left arm up. Come back to standing. Left arm down towards the right toes and back up. Bending into that foot that you are reaching for. Keep it going. All right. From here, go ahead and come into this one. We're going to set our hands down. We're going to draw our left hip down towards our left heel. You can flex your right toes up. You can also point and flex. If you'd like just a nice stretch here, you can stay on the ball of your left foot, or you can try to flatten out that foot if you'd like to stretch your calf a little more. Just a few circles here, really stretching the inside of that right leg. All right, grab those weights, plant your right toes, coming back up, right hand down, left arm up, deep into your left knee. Come back to standing. All right, now we have the same thing. Deep in that right knee, left hand down, come up to standing. Right hand down, left knee bends. Keep it going. All right, 1 more on each side. And then we're going to hold that lovely stretch on the right side. Arms out to a T. Deepen in that right knee. Go ahead and bring your right hand down. Go ahead and extend that left leg. Drawing your right hip down towards your right heel. You can keep that right heel lifted. Not sure if you can see it. Or you can lower it down if you'd like. The depth is totally up to you. You can point or flex. Maybe circle out that left ankle. You can also challenge your balance, coming up to standing. Engage your core, squeeze everything together. All right, from here, we're gonna go ahead and come onto the floor. We're gonna find our boat position. So, grab those weights once again, 1 weight in each hand, sitting on your bum. We're gonna round our waistband back towards the floor. Now, you can be more of an upright position. You can be closer towards the floor. It's totally up to you. We're going to lift our legs up. You can keep them bent. You can also extend them for more core. Whatever you'd like. Go ahead and bring your arms directly out to the side so your elbows are bent. Just to show you, your elbows are bent, your legs are lifted. All right, from here, with your arms staying just where they're at, we're going to lower that right leg, straighten it, don't tap the floor. And lift it back up to meet the left. Left leg extends long to a hover. Lift it back up. Both legs extend long to a hover. Upper body is still. Draw the knees back up. Press the arms up. Draw the elbows down. Let's repeat it again. Left side first. Left leg extends long to a hover. Don't let that heel touch. Draw back in. Slow and controlled. Beautiful work. Right arm extends long to a hover. Drop back in. Both legs extend. Draw the knees in. Arms press up, Arms press down, starting with the right side, long to a hover, draw it back in, left leg long to a hover, draw it back in, both legs extend, and lift, arms press up, and lower, start with the left side, extend, that core is engaged. Your core should be on fire now, right leg long to a hover, extend, draw it in, both legs, draw it in, elbows raise and lower. Once more on each side, right leg long to a hover, draw it in, left leg long to a hover, draw it in, both legs, extend, draw them in, arms press up and down. Start with the left leg. This is the last time. Extend to a hover, draw it back in, right leg, extend to a hover, draw it back in, both legs, draw it back in, very nice. Arms press up and down. Go ahead and release the weights off to the side, roll back, knees to your chest. We're gonna rock and roll ourselves a few times along our spine. Nice little stretch here. As many times as you'd like. Oops. All right, before coming up to a seated position, crossing your ankles, we're going to come back and find our tabletop position with your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tuck your toes, bring your hands up, palm print forward. Find that downward facing dog, pedal the heels. All right, from this position, from our downward facing dog, we're going to lift that right leg, three-legged dog, and then draw the right knee to the right elbow. Kick it back. Right knee to right elbow. So three-legged dog to a three-legged plank. Draw it in. Bring it back. Your right knee does not have to tap your right elbow, but you do want it to move in that direction. Keeping it going. Hips lift, squaring the hips as you press the hip up. Drawing that right knee up towards your right elbow and back. Give me 5 more. Extend. Draw it in. Extend, draw it in, 3 more. That's it, 2 more. Point the right toes. Last one. All right, go ahead and find your tabletop. I promise we're gonna stay here this time. Wrists under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Let's do a few cat-cows here, just while we're here. And then relax the toes, scoop and arch around your spine. One more time through, tuck your toes. And then scoop and arch. All right, let's extend our left arm and our right leg. Extend them out long in opposite directions. We're gonna raise, lower, raise. We're gonna open, close, then tap, extend, then tap, extend. Keep it going. Lower, lift, open, back in line with the hip and shoulder, open, back in line with the hip and shoulder, then tap, extend, then tap, extend. One more time. Lower and lift, open and close 2 times. Core is engaged. Draw navel into your spine. Hold everything in line, then tap, extend, then tap, extend. Hold the right leg lifted. Lower your left hand down towards the floor. So we're going to bend that right knee. From here, coming back to our Shiva squat, we have that curtsy. Your right knee taps the outside of your left shin. And then press it up for the donkey kick. Tap the outside. And then press it up. Little tap on the outside of that right shin. Maybe your right ankle, your right knee. It does not have to tap the floor, and then press your toes up towards the ceiling. Your navel is pulled into your spine. Keep your gaze down towards your thumb and index finger. Keep it going. 3 more, just like this. Lift and tap and lift and tap. 2 more. All right. Hold that right leg lifted. Go ahead and draw your left forearm down, keeping your right hand boxed out. We're going to draw that right leg directly out from the hip. So option 1 is you can lower and lift with that right knee bent. Option 2 is to hold that leg straight, lower and lift, and lower and lift. You're working that outermost part of your right hip here. Avoid lean into that left side. You want all the work to be on that right side. Left forearm down, right arm is boxed out. Keep it going, 5 more. Lower and lift, and lower and lift. That's it. 3 more. Then we're going to draw that right knee back under your hip. 2 more. Stay with me. Beautiful. All right, last one. Go ahead and draw that knee back in line. Go ahead and come up to both of your wrists. From here, relax your toes down. We've got a little stretch here. Of course, some work as well. Go ahead and reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to reach it under through the right side body, hovering, holding that left arm. Reach it up once more. Up towards the ceiling, open that chest. And then left arm under and through, hovering and holding for 3, 2, and 1. Release the left hand down. Release your left ear towards the floor, maybe towards a block. You can keep your right hand extended under your shoulder. You can extend it out long. You can bind it around towards your left waist and open up that right shoulder. You can also extend that right leg. Of course, we're going to add some work here if you have that right leg extended. We're going to lift and lower for 5. Right leg is straight. That's 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. All right, hold that right leg extended. Press yourself up with that right hand under your right shoulder. Left arm comes up. Back down. Both hands are the same shoulder. Right hand under your right shoulder, left hand under your left shoulder. Lift that right leg up. Keep it straight. Draw it up and over the left side of your body. Gazing, pressing your hips over. Gazing over your left shoulder for a nice stretch. And then release that right leg down. Maybe draw a few hip circles with that right knee. And then reverse the direction. All right. Now you guessed it, we have the other side. So go ahead and find your tabletop, tuck your toes, bring your hands up, palm print forward, lift your hips up, back to where we started, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal your heels for a moment, catch your breath. All right, ground through your right leg. Lift your left leg up toward the ceiling, keeping your hips parallel, hips framing the floor. Draw your left knee to your left elbow and kick it back. 3-legged dog to 3-legged plank. Both palms are pressed firmly into the floor. Keep it going. Just bending and extending into that left leg. That's it. Give me 5 more. Lift up. Point the left toes. Left knee to left elbow. Press up. 4 more. Left knee to left elbow. Press up. Tuck it in. 2 more. All right, last one. And then we're going to find that tabletop. All right, release your knees down under your hips. Maybe bring your hands back, find that tabletop position. Now we're going to work the left leg and the right arm. So extend your right arm, extend your left leg, straight and long in opposite directions. We're going to lift, lower, lift, open, close, open, close, bend, tap, extend, bend, tap, extend. 2 more. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Squeeze your glutes. Open out. Drop back in line. Open out. Back in line. Bend, tap, extend. You don't have to tap your toes. You do want to move in that direction. Extend once more. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Open out from the hip and shoulder. Bring it back in line. Open out, back in line, bend, tap, extend, bend, tap, extend. All right, go and plant your right leg down. From here, left leg is lifted, point the left toes, bend that left knee. We're going to draw that left knee to the outside of your right knee, your right ankle, your right shin, and then press it up, curtsy to a donkey kick. Keep it going. Your gaze remains down between your thumb and index finger. I'm just going to turn sides. So when I come out to those fire hydrants, I'll be ready to join you all. Lift and curtsy tap and lift and curtsy. Keep it going. 2 more. All right, last one. Hold that left leg lifted. Go ahead and bring your right forearm down, keeping your left hand boxed out. Draw that left knee out from your hip. So option 1 is to lower and lift with your left knee bent. You can also extend that leg straight to make it more challenging and lower and lift. Option to tap the floor, or you can just come super close pretending to tap the floor and lifting right back up. That's it. Really avoid leaning into that right leg, that right arm. If you find that you are going to walk your hand towards the center line of your body, still continue to lift and lower. Give me 5 more. That's it. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. All right, draw that left knee back in line under your left hip. Walk your hands back on your shoulders. All right, go ahead and sweep. If I can talk today. Sweep your right arm up towards the side, open up your chest. Hovering under the left side body. Lift it back up. Reach the right arm under and through even further. Hovering and holding for 3, 2, and 1. Reach the right arm further, release it down to the floor, and then bringing your right ear or your right cheek down to the floor, maybe towards a block or a pillow. You can keep your left hand boxed out. You can extend your arm forward. You can bind it around towards your right waist, wherever you're at. Maybe lifting that left leg. We're going to add on here. Lower and lift. 4 more. Lower and lift. That's it. 2 more. Last one. All right, go ahead and hold that left leg extended. Press up with your left arm. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Release that right hand underneath your right shoulder. And then we're going to bring that left leg up and over to the outside of your right knee, gazing, looking over your right shoulder. Bump your hips to the left. And then bring your gaze back forward. Release your left knee to your right. Let's do a few cat-cows while we're here. Tuck your toes. Gaze is lifted. Hammock your belly down towards the floor. Relax your toes. Come through neutral spine. Scoop and arch. Rounding your spine. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale as you scoop and arch. All right, good. And cross your ankles. We're going to come find a seat on the floor. All right, grab that block. All right. Ooh. All right, we're going to place that block. I'm trying to remember what I was trying to do here. Place the block in the middle down by your feet. So it can once again be at a high setting, medium setting, low setting, whatever you prefer. Bring one leg on either side. Scoot yourself so that your feet are directly in between. That block is directly in between your feet. You can bring your hands back. You can also sit more upright. Maybe tee out your arms. We're going to lift that right leg. Point the toes up and over. Don't tap the block. Don't tap the floor. You got 4 more. Up and over and back. 3 more. Imagine that floor and that block is lava. So again, your feet, your left foot is flat on the floor. Your right leg is hovering. Give me 1 more. All right, go ahead and relax that right leg down towards the floor. Straighten your left leg. Point the left toes. Draw it up and over and back. That's 4 more. You can again bring your hands to the floor. You can bring your hands to prayer. Arms are out to a T. 3 more. Last one. All right. From here, go ahead and bring your hands onto the floor if you haven't already placed them there. We're going to lift both of our legs, making an inverted V. So lift up and down. Don't tap the floor. Lift up and down. Lifting up and down. 5 more. Lift and lower. So your big toes tap, and then your heels come back down the floor on either side of that block. That's it. 2 more. Lift and lower, and lift, and lower. All right, set that block down to its lowest setting. Go ahead and come roll all the way back onto your back, placing your heels on that block. Elbows are wide, tuck your chin to your chest, shoulders are hovering, draw the knees in, and extend long to a hover, knees in, extend. So you're not tapping that block. Your lower back is pressed into the floor, your shoulders are lifted. Maybe think about lifting your shoulders an inch or two higher off the floor, keeping your lower abs engaged. Your lower back is pressed firmly into the floor. That's it. If your lower back lifts up or if you have any discomfort, keep your legs a little bit higher off of the floor. If it's that 45-degree angle, that is perfect. Keep it going, shoulders lifted. Give me 2 more. All right, last one. All right, go ahead and release your knees down. Go ahead and grab your weights. Set that block off to the side. We're not done with it just yet. All right, one weight in each hand. Tuck your chin once again. Draw your knees to a tabletop. So we have bicycle legs with the same arm. So your left arm and left leg extend. Draw back in. Right arm, right leg extend. Drop back in. Your shoulders are lifted. Your chin is tucked. As you extend the arm and leg, it's to a hover. Your elbows are not touching your ribs. So you're keeping everything active. Your upper body, your core, and your lower body. Keep it going. Lower back is pressed firmly into the floor. That's it. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Slow and controlled. Draw the knees back over the hip. Extend and bend. That's it. Give me 2 more on each side. And then we're going to find a kneeling position. Extend and bend once more. All right, last one. All right, set the weights off to the side. Tuck your knees in towards your chest. Roll side to side. And we're going to rock and roll ourselves like a ball 3 times. Don't tap the floor, hovering and holding. That's 1. Roll back. And 2. All right, 3rd time, you guessed it. We're going to hover and hold. Maybe tee out those arms. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Let's slow it down. 3, and 2, and 1. Nice work. Go ahead and cross your ankles. Set the weights off to the side. All right, back by popular demand, we're going to come to a kneeling stance. You can go ahead and sink your hips onto your heels. Grab that block. You may know where this is going. Go ahead and bring that block out in front. Your forearms are making that 11 shape, framing your face. Palms are pressing firmly into the block, so don't bring your fingertips in. The whole entire palm is pressing in. We're going to lift and lower. You got 9 more. Lift and lower. That's 8 and 7 and 6. 5 more. And 3. Oops. Now 3. I can't count today. Last 2. And 1. Hold the elbows at shoulder height. Now we're going to open and close for 10. And 9. Your elbows don't have to touch. And 7. That's 6. 5 more. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. Hold the elbows together. Lift the hips up. All right, 10 more. Raise and lower. And raise and lower. Keep it going. Raise and lower. So those hips are hovering. Working the tops of those thighs. 5 more. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. 2 more. All right. Hold the elbows parallel. Open and close. 10 and 9. 8. I know it burns. And 7. And 6. That's 5. Last 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right. Release the block down. Whew. Maybe roll the shoulders back. Roll the arms side to side. All right, let's find our child's pose. So go ahead and bring your knees wide, bringing your toes to touch, sinking your hips down towards your heels. Extend your arms out in front. You can place your forehead on the floor. You can also place a block under your forehead if you'd like, maybe bringing that block, that earth closer towards you. Whatever your preference is, really extend your fingertips out long. Maybe tempt your fingers, pressing your finger pads into the floor, lifting your palms up, doing that nice stretch all across your chest and your collarbone. Go ahead and release your palms back down towards the floor. From here, bend your elbows, bringing your palms to touch at the nape of your neck, and then drawing your thumbs down to the nape of your neck, maybe stretching your elbows further towards the crown of your head, simultaneously pressing your hips further in towards your heels, feeling that nice tricep stretch, focusing on your breathing, deep inhales, stronger exhales, releasing your palms back down to the floor, walking your hands over to the left side of your mat. You can keep your right arm flat on the floor, binding your left arm around towards your right waist or towards your back. Simultaneously reaching your right fingertips long, pressing your right heel in towards your right glute, feeling that deep stretch all along the right side body. And then stretching your left arm back to meet the right. Walk your hands through center, over to the right side, stretching your left fingertips out long, binding your right arm around the left side of your waist, pressing your left heel in towards your left glute, left fingertips extend long. This time feeling that stretch all along the left side body. And your right fingertips back towards the left. Walk your hands back towards the center. Go ahead and come up, finding a tabletop position, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Do a few cat-cows here with your breath. Tuck your toes, gaze comes forward, inhale. Relax your toes as you exhale, scoop and arch, rounding your spine. Tuck your toes, rounding, hammocking your belly down towards the floor. Exhale as you scoop and arch. And then go ahead and tuck your toes. Bring your hands up, palm print forward, lifting your hips up, coming back to our downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Really stretch the back side of your legs. Lower both heels down towards the floor. Have a soft bend in your knees. Walk your hands towards your toes. Maybe bend and extend to both of your knees. Still letting your neck hang nice and loose. And then with a soft bend in both of your knees, gently roll up slowly. Roll your shoulders back and forward. Nice big inhale. And one more. Fantastic work today. Thank you so much for joining me.